So let's use these select statements to put in our procedure to enforce this test that a customer has not reached their rental limit. So the first one helps us to figure out how many, and how many is going to be an int. So let's go ahead and create a variable or declare a variable for how many. And this will be of type int. Then we'll do that select statement and we'll then put how many there are in using the row count. So we want to set how many equal to row count. And that will tell us how many. Then we need to know what type. So we're going to declare one for customer type, a variable for customer type, and that will be of type char. And we want to set that at customer type. We want to set it equal to, and there's our other query, our next query that tells what type. Now I've got both of these queries in here. This one's going to need parentheses, and remember that we can only have one in an integer, one value, but we know that this one will only return one because user ID is the primary key, so there's only going to be one with that value. Now we've got these in here, but we don't want the number 7 here. We want to use the customer that they sent. So customer ID equals whichever one they sent, and user ID equals that parameter that was sent. And there we have our two selects, and now we know how many and what customer type. So we can build some if statements that will be able to determine if this is going to work. So if customer is equal to S, then they're a standard customer, and how many is greater than or equal to 2, because that's the limit for standard ones, we have a problem. So what do we want to do if we have a problem? We want to do two things. One, we want to print out a specific message. So we can say that standard customer has already reached rental limit. So that's the message we can print out. And then because the record is not going to be added, right, we're not going to allow this rental record to be added, we're going to return 0, and that will indicate that the record wasn't added. Now we need one of these that'll look very similar, but this time we want it for the premium customer. So if the type is P and how many is greater than or equal to 4, print premium customer has already reached rental limit. So let's go ahead and execute this and see if we've got it syntactically correct. And sure enough, it says it's correct. Let's go over here and try these couple over here that test this. So I'm going to use this where I use purple box, and I want to execute this. So what about customer 4? Let's see what message we get. Our results show that there were 2 records returned, and the standard customer has already reached rental limit, and that's what we expected. Let's try this premium one. We've already tested 7. Let's see if it works when we use this. And there it shows all 4 of them, and it reports premium customer has already reached rental limit. Let's test one of these that should work, that they haven't reached their limit, to make sure it works. And there they've got 1, so that's not anybody's limit, and we get no message. So it didn't catch it. So that worked out just the way we expected.